Coming up on Hoosier Sports Night, Indiana football is making history. They're headed to their first ever college football playoff.
And men's basketball got their first Big Ten win of the season against Minnesota. This is Hoosier Sports Night.
Hello and welcome to Hoosier Sports Night. I'm Andrew Hillsman.
And I'm Ashley Voss. Andrew, with this being the last show of the semester, I can't help but reflect on the season that the Indiana football team had.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal all year, and if you've got a case of the holiday blues and the cold weather's got you feeling down, Kurt Cignetti's got you covered.
Well, in case you missed it, Indiana football is officially headed to the college football playoffs after their historic 11-1 regular season. In the new 12-team format, the Hoosiers earned the 10 seed in the playoffs and will head to South Bend to take on 7-seed Notre Dame Fighting Irish for an in-state postseason battle. This will be meeting number 30 between Indiana and Notre Dame and the first since 1991. Through the regular season success this team had, they look and feel ready for the test at the national level.
This team's accomplished a lot. I'm proud of what they've accomplished. I think the coaches have done a great job, players have done a great job. But in saying that, no one is satisfied. No one's satisfied. The players are hungry for more. The coaches are hungry for more.
On Sunday, December 7th, the Indiana Hoosiers left Penn State with a win with a score of 75-60 in the Big Ten women's basketball opener. Having escaped Southern Indiana by a narrow 4 points in their last game, the Hoosiers responded quite well in a true road test. Caroline Striplin played in her best game in the Cream and Crimson, posting 27 points while also going a perfect 12 for 12 from the field. Indiana's Yarden Garzone also showed out, adding 22 points with 6 made threes.
And Lily both took that challenge to heart. It definitely hurts when your coach is specifically challenging you both to do better, and we definitely wanted to show up for her. And we got in to the gym and worked specifically on defense extra next to our offense, and I think that really helped us, and we just locked in our assignment and knew what we had to do tonight.
Indiana's now on a 3-game win streak, and they seem to have hit a turning point at the start of conference play.
Coming up after the break, we crown this week's Hoosier Highlight Athlete of the Week.
And wrestling makes the trip up north to Indy. You're watching Hoosier Sports Night. Welcome back to Hoosier Sports Night.
Joining us in studio for this week's Hoosier Highlight is IUSTV sports reporter Oliver Carr. Oliver?
Thanks, Ashley. Indiana women's basketball star Caroline Striplin's performance as Miss Perfect makes her this week's Hoosier Highlight Athlete of the Week. In the Hoosiers conference opener on Saturday against the Nittany Lions, the Tennessee transfer went 12 for 12 from the field, becoming only the second Hoosier in program history to go perfect from the field with at least 10 makes since Mackenzie Holmes, Indiana's all-time leading scorer. In the Hoosiers' 75-60 victory in Happy Valley, Striplin led the way with 27 points, just shy of her career high. Half of those points came in the Hoosiers' crucial third quarter. They gave the Hoosiers a big lead, one they would not relinquish. Striplin will look to extend her streak of perfect shooting when the Hoosiers come home to take on Bellarmine. That's it for this week's Hoosier Highlight. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Oliver. Moving into men's basketball, the Hoosiers hosted the Minnesota Golden Gophers in their first Big Ten game of the season. Our Kara Adams has the recap.
Indiana secured its first win of Big Ten play, defeating Minnesota 82-67.
We all came out and we were all on the same page. We knew first Big Ten game we had to make a statement. I mean, yes, we definitely could have done better, but I think we did a good job just like coming in and just staying focused and working super hard. I think that's one thing we did stay focused on.
After missing 3 games due to injury, Cannon Carlisle made his return, but this time off the bench.
Perfect for I come off the bench. I want to win games. Whether it's being a 6-man, 8-man, 10th-man, starting 2-guard, I don't care. As long as we win, I'm here to do my job, is to play defense and to provide what I can on offense. That's it.
And that winning mentality fueled his teammates as 5 Hoosiers scored in double digits.
It's what you do with the minutes that you get to help your team win, and I've always believed that. And if it's 2 minutes, then damn it, you better make it the best 2 minutes to help our ball club win. That's what it's all about. That's what team is about.
Improved defense and a 35-22 advantage on the boards also contributed to this Hoosier victory.
When we're playing good defense, it's nice to watch film. But when things go kind of sour, there are miscues in terms of switching, and somebody might get beat back door, and shot goes up, you don't put a body on a guy and he gets an offensive rebound or keeps the ball alive and then they score. Things like that we have to clean up.
The Hoosiers head to Nebraska on Friday for their first road game of the season. From Assembly Hall, I'm Kara Adams, IUSTV Sports.
A trip to Lincoln, Nebraska is next for the Hoosiers as they'll take on the Cornhuskers at 8 p.m. on Friday.
Indiana wrestling battled Illinois in Indianapolis on Friday for the first Big Ten Conference duel of the season. The meet started at 1:25 with Jacob Moran picking up a 5-2 decision over Illinois' Kalen Riley. The Illini would win the other 9 matches, defeating the Hoosiers 34-3. 6 bouts were decided by 3 points or less. Illinois added a couple bonus point victories at 149, 174, and heavyweight to begin conference play 1-0. Indiana will compete in the Sheridan Invite and Midlands Championships over winter break.
The Indiana men and women swim and dive defeated Cincinnati in their final dual meet of the fall semester. The women were led by junior Christina Pagel as well as Anna Peplowski, who won a combined 6 races. On the men's side, Luke Barr and Finn Brooks each won multiple individual events. As for the diving, Ella Roselli and Skylar Liu led the way for the women, and senior Quinn Henniger swept the men's events on the 3-meter board. Next up for the Hoosiers is the 2024 World Aquatic Swimming Championships and the USA Diving Winter National Championships before they all return to collegiate competition in January.
Joining us now in studio with the Candy Stripe Calendar Report is IUSTV sports reporter Lauren Wainwright. Lauren?
Thanks, guys. With winter break fast approaching, it's a bit of a quieter weekend for Hoosier athletics, but nonetheless, we have some exciting matchups. On Friday, the track and field team will compete in the Indiana Early Bird Meet here in Bloomington. The men's basketball team continues Big Ten play by traveling to Lincoln, Nebraska to face the Cornhuskers on Friday at 8. And rounding out the weekend, women's basketball is set to face the Bellarmine Knights here in Bloomington at 2 as they look to continue their 3-game win streak. That's all for this week's Candy Stripe Calendar. I'm Lauren Wainwright. Back to you guys at the desk.
And that's our show for the week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at IUSTV Sports to keep up with all the latest in IU athletics. For our production crew behind us, I'm Andrew Hillsman.
And I'm Ashley Voss. We'll see you next semester.
Thanks for watching IUSTV Sports. Be sure to subscribe at IUSTV and follow us on Instagram and X at IUSTV Sports.